All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to After Further Review. I am your host, Steve Tower, and fresh back from the 2025 PLAAY.CON, where I am, I've almost got my voice back. Uh, I don't know what it was this year. The altitude really got to me, and I lost my voice about the first day. But almost back. Um, Rested up from a fantastic weekend, and so excited to show you guys what was a early release at the convention, the boxed release of Real Time Pro Fishing game. And I just saw on the Play site that it is going to be released on July 10th. So they did put up an official release date. There's a link down in the show notes. You can put your email address in to get notified as soon as that game goes live. If this looks like something you would like to pick up. Really, really super fun game. If you saw my show that I did for the holiday release, it is pretty much the same game, except obviously now it looks so much better. I will note this is not part of the game. This was a nice gift from Al Wilson over at 3D6 Gaming. He did have these available at the convention. So I wanted to show that off, and I thought, you know what, this would be a good thing I can show off and have the running tally of the weight of the fish up there. So I'll be using that. Also, I'll be using some red markers to mark the time for the AI opponents. And then just another little quick note, the tackle box cards that come with the game, so you can keep track of your tackle box items, your time, and your score. I laminated mine. Everyone knows I'm a big fan of dry erase, so I laminated it so I can write it with dry erase marker and then erase it, but they do not come laminated. So what you do get is you get 3 boards. The base board here that we will be using tonight for our first demo game. This is Base Lake USA. It is a tri-fold board. It's actually a little longer than my camera will pick up, but all we're missing down at the bottom is where you put the deck of the fish. It gives you a quick reference here for what the black die result does. And then finally down at the bottom lets you know a reminder of what the colors mean for both the lure dice and the fish, although sometimes the color of the card does not necessarily mean it is that size. Oh, and actually, I think that is one of the big changes from the holiday release is there was 2 versions available. There, the one that I had printed out, all the cards were the same color. They had a different back that said large, medium, small, or unknown. But I do have to say I originally liked that, but now that I've played a few games with the colored cards, I kind of like that. So yes, so it's green is large, blue is medium, red is small, and then yellow is unknown. You get your 5 dice, the black and white, and then the 3 colored lure dice. You get a set of 8 AI fishermen. You get the rule book, and then you get 3 game boards. So along with Base Lake USA, you also get Lake Mukwango in Wisconsin. This is probably what I'll be playing my next show with. And as you can see, this adds some interesting rules onto it, where there's different things that happen. Some cards, or some places, the fish cards are actually played face up, so you know what's there. So a interesting twist. And then you get Iron Horse Lake, North Carolina. And this adds a twist of where there are actually some spots where fish cards will never be placed. Here because of weeds, and here because it's not deep enough. So you have a limited number of fish on there. There are already 2 expansions planned that will add more lakes, and I cannot wait. This game is so much fun. I have played it a bunch since I picked it up at the con. I played it a bunch at the convention. This was actually the game that kicked off the convention on Friday morning. We had a full tournament with this game, and there was a special excuse me, there was a special lake there just for the convention. So I thought that was kind of neat. And with that, let's get right to some fishing. I'll walk through the first couple of turns until we get up to speed and see if we can beat the average Joe. So average Joe is the fifth card out of these, and I think generally the lower the number of the card, the better the fisherman, because the number one card is the champion fisherman. So I figured this would be a good opponent for us, but not the hardest. Um, oh, and also there have been a couple of additions to the rules where you can add some options, and I will be using. This is a neat rule that I liked that I didn't even notice until Keith had pointed out to me, and I will go over that when it does come up. But basically, it kind of gives you a all or nothing option when you are recasting. All right, so first thing that we do is we'll shuffle up all of our fish cards together. And I guess the nice strategic thing about the cards being color coded is you can kind of see what is coming up for the next fish. So we'll deal them out. We'll get a card in each of the 8 spaces. So the lake is broken up into 8 spaces, 4 near and 4 far. When it is your turn, you'll cast, and you'll always roll the black and the white die, and then you need to choose one of the 3 lure die before you roll. So let's see. Looks like there's a lot of blue, which correspond to medium fish. So I'll do that. I'll choose a blue lure, and then you need to decide if you're going to cast far or if you're going to cast near. So on your initial cast, if you're doing a far cast, the total of the dice have to be greater than 6. If that does not happen, you have a bad cast, time passes, and that's the end of your turn. If time passes 3 times, that is the end of your round. Also, if you ever use up all of your tackle box items at the end of that next cast, your round is over as well. So we'll make our initial cast, and and that is not a good sign. I rolled a total of 5, so it is a bad cast right on the first roll. Woo, live TV, gotta love it. So I have my first strike of the day, and we'll move right over to the average Joe. Oh, this might be a quick show. Well, maybe we can get 2 lakes in. So for the AI, they don't have to choose a lure. I still roll a 3rd die in addition to the black and the white, and I use that to determine if they are casting near or far. So if it's even, they've decided to cast near. If it's far, or if it's odd, they've decided to cast far. The white die corresponds to where they are. So it's an odd, so they're casting far. And they're going to be looking at box number 1 here. We go to their card with a black die of 5, and the total is 6. It's a cast again. So we'll pick up all the dice, and we will roll again. This is going to be another far cast. The total is 7 under the 4, and that is an X. So they have also gotten their first time passes, and not a lot of fish in action here. The fish are cold here tonight at Base Lake, USA. All right, so back to me, and let's see if we can do a little bit better, so I can show you guys what the tackle box does. We'll stick with our blue lure, and once again, we will try to cast far, and that time, there we go. That is really good. So the way to think about the dice is the white die is the line, which determines where you're casting into. The black die is the reel of your fishing rod, and then the colored die is the lure. So we have cast here into box number 3 in the far. A really good roll, potentially a really good roll on our lure of a 6. And then the 4, so we'll scoot this back up here. We see our result means that we got a nibble. So When you get a nibble, that means that you have some choices. You can leave the white and the lure die there, and you can re-roll this until you either get a 1 or a 2, which means a hit, or you get a 5 or a 6, which means then the fish ignores your lure and your turn ends. And if you roll a 3 or 4, then you just keep recasting. It's a kind of a gamble until you get later in the game, but this is where the strategy of the game comes in. So we have our tackle box here. Our tackle box has 12 items. I see the 2 rows here. The first row is just the numbers 1 through 6. If you decide to use one of those items, just straight up, it means that you turn one of your dice into that particular number. So I could change that 4 just immediately into a 2 to get a hit. The bottom row has a -2, a -1, which just take either -2 or -1 from any die. I have 2 re-rolls, and then a +1 and a +2. So I think for now I'll use up my -2 and change that black die to a 2, and then that makes this a hit. So once you have done that, we can flip over the card and see what kind of fish we have on the line. And we've got ourselves a tweener. So the fish cards, they have a name up top, which is just for flavor, but there are some very fun names. The number here is the score in pounds. Below that, it tells you what your lure number needs to be. There are some different combinations. The bigger fish will have more requirements. Some of them will actually require 2 numbers, where you will have to use one of the items from your tackle box in order to catch it. But for us, we are lucky because this says that we need a lure number of 3 or 4 or 6, which we have a 6. So that's good. And then finally, down at the bottom here, the last thing it'll tell you is if there's any special requirement for the lure color. And this says that a red or a blue lure will catch this in combination with the lure number being correct. So there we go. We got a blue 6. So we have caught our first fish. We'll reel him in, and we take an early lead with 4 pounds. Fish cards are immediately replaced anytime either they are caught or they swim off, and then we'll go back to our average Joe and see what he can do on his second turn. Welcome to everybody joining me here. It looks like we got a really good crowd. So welcome to everybody. I'm seeing some names of people that were at the convention. Hopefully everyone made it home safely, didn't have any adventures getting back home. I had a pretty uneventful flight, which was nice. Got back right about 6 o'clock Sunday morning. Always fun way to end my trip. But definitely worth it getting out there. For those of you in the chat room who have not gone to a PlayCon, cannot recommend it enough. I believe there was 20 new people at the convention this year. And it's really one of the coolest things to see people that have gone there since it opened in 2018 just immediately welcoming in the newcomers, and before you know it, we're all longtime best friends. So really fun time. All right, so our average Joe here, he is casting far because of the odd number there, and he's got a total of 8 under 6, which means he is going to cast again. So we'll re-roll. Let's see, with a 3, oh, that is going to be another strike, and our average Joe is not having a good day as he has come up empty on his first 2 rounds, which is fantastic for me. All right, so back to my turn. Boy, I can't imagine I'm going to win this with 4, but stranger things have happened, I suppose. Let's see. I think I'm going to cast near, and I'm going to use my green lure in hopes that I can either land this potentially large fish or the unknown, which the unknown is the biggest swing in the game. The biggest fish are in this, but there are also some of the comically small items that are not necessarily fish. that you can also catch there. All right, so here we go. Let's see what we get. So we are, oh, so this is not the greatest roll. In fact, it's pretty terrible. We didn't get where we wanted. And sorry, when you cast near, your roll has to be less than 18. So we are fine on that. So it is a successful cast. So now we can manipulate or decide to recast. But yeah, so we got the lowest possible lure number, and then we got a 6, which means an ignore. So if we weren't able to change the dice right now, our turn would immediately be over. But we do have some options here. So one of the options is you can do a recast. And what that does, that now resets the number that is needed for the near or the far, and it's the total of the dice. So in this case, we have a total of 13. So if we decided to recast near, we would have to roll less than 13. And if we decided to do a far cast, we'd have to roll greater than 13. Which isn't the best odds. I am not a math guy, as lots of the folks in the community will tell you. So I think instead of doing that, I am going to, let's see, I'm going to use one of my re-rolls. And I'm going to re-roll that black die to see if I can turn it into a hit. Well, I at least turned it into a nibble. And now it's at a much more statistically average 11. So, so this is a good time to actually introduce that optional rule. So the new optional rule is you can opt for a equal to. Instead of recasting and calling near or far, you just say you're going to try to do an exact cast. So you pick up the 3 dice, you roll them, and if you get exactly that same number, you get to pick any fish that you want and automatically catch them on the board. So definitely something to do later in the game when you're running low on tackle, and can definitely have some fun swings to it. And then the last thing that you can do with your tackle box items is you can use one to peek at any of the fish on the board to decide, so you have some inside knowledge of where to go, but it does use up one of your items. All right, so with an 11 now, still not fantastic. So I think I am going to recast, and I'm going to recast far. And so I need to roll higher than 11, and I did. So we're here. 5, which is a lot better. But we're on a red, which there are a couple of fish. The colors do not always 100% of the time match the dice. But we can pretty easily swing this over. So I will add 1 to my white die, which changes that to a 4, which slides us over here. And then I am going to, I'll spend my 2 to change that 6 to a 2, which means that is now a hit. And we get to see what we got here. And hopefully it's a good one. Oh, it is. It's a pole bender, so a 9-pound fish. It needs a lure number of 6 and a green lure. We do have the green lure. We would just need to add 1. Which unfortunately we cannot. We've already used our +1. So that means we are going to have to use our 6 here to catch that guy. So we get ourselves a nice 9-pounder, which will bring us up to a total of 13, which could be good for us because right now our opponent does not have anything. So we'll go back to Average Joe and see what he can do. He is just 1 strike away from being shut out here of the tournament. And he just did get shut out. He just rolled a 7 with a black die of 3. So there we go. Average Joe has struck out, and he is going to come up empty and will win the first round here of our tournament at the Base Lake, USA. 13 pounds to nothing. So there we go. That is the base game of Real-Time Pro Fishin'. That didn't take quite as long as I thought. So I can show you guys one of the other ponds here before I wrap up. I got about 10 minutes before I wrap up. I was planning on doing a half-hour show, so let's take a look at the Wisconsin lake, which has actually become my favorite lake that comes here in the base game. So fold this up, and we'll bring that out. There we go. Oh, and I forgot to show the box of the game. I already had it open, but so it's in the Play Now line. So the box of the game is the standard Play Now box, and then it has the slip cover on it. And you know, as always, the artwork on the box is fantastic, and will look really fantastic up on your shelf. All right. Yes. Let's see. Absolutely, adding the different lakes really adds a neat twist to it. Lake Mowango, Wisconsin, has well, let's see it here. It has 6 unique locations. So here on near 2 and 3, it eliminates the distinction of lure colors. So you still need to match the number of the lure, but it doesn't matter what color you have. Here in spot number 4 and 5 on near, any fish will hit not only on a 1 or 2, but also on a 3 and 4. Then in spot number 6 here, the fish cards are placed face up. Up in far 1, you get a bonus. 3 will also be a hit. The fish cards are face up in box 2 and 3. On box 4 and 5, large fish will hit on a 1, 2, or 3. And then top or far 6 and near 1 play as normal. So let's deal out the cards here, and we'll play out a couple rounds. So this is the wonderful thing about dry erase, is there you go. You've got yourself a nice fresh scoreboard all set up. All right. So we got a lot of large fish. Oh, whoops! And sorry, I forgot the face-up card. So there we go. So now we know that in number 6, we've got an 8-pound chunker, and then up in 2 and 3 far, we've got a little 2-pound dinker. So let's try to catch that chunker. That's a good fish to start out with. So we will use the green lure, and we will cast near. And we almost got it. All right. So this isn't a terrible roll. So we are on a spot where any fish hits on a 1, 2, 3, or 4. So there's no nibbles here. A 3 or 4, you automatically get a hit. And we've got a decent lure. Actually, that would catch the chunker. So let's see what we want to do here. Because if I went up here, I could change that to a 2, and then just automatically know that I could catch that instead of, you know what, I think I'm going to do that. I'll spend my 2, change that to a hit, and then I will add 1 to the 5, and there we go. We've got ourselves a nice 8-pound chunker right on our first turn. Did have to spend 2 tackle on it, but you can't take them with you. So when in the tournament that I played at the convention, the 3rd time I struck out, I actually still had 8 tackle box items left. So all right, so oh, I think this is the first time we're seeing an unknown. So this is a 4-pound egg wagon. It needs a 2 or 4 lure, and a red or blue lure will catch it. All right, so over to Average Joe. Let's see if he does a little bit better than he did last time. He is going to get a total of 8 with a black die of 3, which means he gets a nibble. So we are at far 5. And so when you get a nibble on the AI opponent, you look at what fish they're going after. The red is a small. So then down here, you're going to re-roll the 2 dice. And if it's within his range for that size fish, then he simply catches it. So 11 to 55, he will catch his first fish, and he easily does. Let's see what he got. He got a little 3-pound panfish, but he's on the board. So we won't shut him out this time. Back over to us. Let's see. I think I'm going to still try to catch one of the large fish down in the near pile. So I'll keep my green lure. And let's see. We are in 3. So right now we have an ignore for the rod result. And a green lure of 3. Not fantastic. So we got a total of 12. Oh, sorry, I forgot the other thing that changes on the lakes, the other special lakes, is the cast number. So a near cast, the number drops down to 17. So your total has to be less than 17 for a successful cast on the first cast. And then, but it's easier at a far cast as it only needs to be greater than 4. So a very small percentage chance that you will have an unsuccessful cast at far, and then just a slightly less chance of a successful cast on the near compared to the base lake. So I'm tempted to just recast with this, and I think that's what I'll do. So I have a total of 12. I'll cast far, so I need to roll greater than 12. Oh, no, and I did not. I rolled way, way under. So I'm going to get my first strike. Let's see. And then because I missed and the white die was 2 there, that is going to mean that fish swims away. And we'll get replaced. And oh, and there we go. We got our first rubber boot has shown up. And it's interesting that it's in the face-up one. Maybe our AI opponent will take care of that for us. Although I will say the table that I was at the convention, when you catch these, even though they're worth 0 points, it still does count as a catch. And the tiebreaker, the first tiebreaker, if 2 players end up with the same pounds of fish, the first tiebreaker is the number of fish that they have caught. And so of my table, 2 players finished with exactly the same weight. And they both had 5 cards, but one of the players, his 5th card was a rubber boot, and then the second tiebreaker is the biggest fish. And I think it was that guy that had the rubber boot who actually ended up winning on the second tiebreaker, because then he had the biggest fish. So it's not terrible, and also time does not pass when you snag one of these. So, but does not add to your pound total. All right, so Average Joe, he is casting near. Let's see, a total of 5, and so a gut one result just simply means that whatever card he was pointing at, he catches it. So this was a near cast at number 3, so he's going to catch this medium, and he gets a 3-pound chub, and he is up to 6 pounds. Okay, and another unknown comes out. Oh, let's see. I'm going to stick with my green lure, and I'm going to stick to near. Oh, Brian, did you lose a tiebreaker with the tiebreaker rule? Oh boy. All right, let's see. So we are at 1. Right now we have an ignore, and we have a green die of 2, so it's 5, total of 8. Let's see. So I'm going to recast, and I will recast far. Oh no, and I rolled under again. Ooh. So that is going to be another strike, and I am almost out. I am going to replace the card in number 3, and oh, whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly, indeed. So there we go. That's the biggest fish that we've seen so far tonight, a 21-pounder. Let's see. And so this is one, it needs a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a green lure. So that means that if a player were to catch that, they would have to spend, well, at least 2 tackle to get to it. So let's see. Oh boy, if our average Joe if he snags that, it's game over, man, game over. Let's see. So he is casting near, and he got a total of 11. That is going to be his first strike of this round. Okay. So that means that that big guy is still available, and that is where we are going. We're going to cast far with our green lure. And, oh, not great, Bob. Not great. Although we did get a hit. And a green lure of 2. So I'd have to spend a lot to move this over here. I'd have to get the white die to change. I could do it. I could change the white die to a 3. I could add 2 to the black die and then spend a 5 and a 6 to get the 21 pounder. Ooh boy. You know what? I think I'm gonna do that. Because I am only 1 strike away. Yeah, so I'll change the white die to a 3. That'll move us here. I will add 2 to the lure die. And then I will spend the 5 and the 6. And there we go. We have caught ourselves a trophy fish. Oh, that was you. Oh, right. Sorry, Brian. I still got brain fog. There we go. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up a rough memory for you, Brian. A 21 pounder. So that'll bring us up to 29 pounds on the evening here for our second round. All right. So another fish comes out. Oh, and it's a small one, just a 2-pound fingerling. All right, so average Joe rolling. Let's see, he gets a total of 10 under 5, so he'll get his second strike. So we're just about probably to wrap up this round. Let's see. We are going to cast near with our green lure. And, all right, so right now we have an ignore, but we have a pretty good lure rating, although we don't know what's under, we don't know what's under there. So, yes, I know, so I only ended up, I had 14 pounds of fish. I did not have a good tournament. For sure. Although that was fun to see the boots getting caught. All right. So I'm going to use one of my re-rolls on the black die. And so now that is a nibble. All right. And I'm going to use the -1 to then turn it into a 2. So now it's a hit. And we are on the space where we can ignore the lure color restriction. Oh no, and it's a tree branch. Oh boy. All right. Well, so I bring in a big old tree branch that will not help my weight, but again, it does now if our opponent catches up to us and finishes with exactly 29 pounds. Well, although I guess he would have to catch another fish. But right now I have more fish than he does. So, all right, back to our average Joe. Let's see. He is going to roll a total of 7, but with a lead die of 5, he gets to cast again. Now he gets a 4 with a lead die of 1, so a nibble. He is far at number 3. So it's a nibble on an unknown. So an 11 to 32. And oh, and he gets it. All right, so he continues. So now he has a total of 8 pounds. All right, so another fish comes out. And I got to give credit to Al Wilson. And thanks again for the scoreboard. this is working. This is working great, and it saves me from having to scribble out math here on the table, or on my scorecard. All right, so back to me. Oh, and this one is going to be played fish up. Oh, and it's another big one. Oh boy, a tackle buster. 19 pounder. It needs a 4 and a 5, and then a green or a blue. So I would have to get a little bit lucky to get that guy. But you know what? I think I'm going to do it and try to put this round away. So I'm going to cast far with my green die, my green lure. And all right. Ooh, and that is a bummer. So there is a large fish there, but I needed a 1, 2, or 3 on the black die for a hit. Let's see. So I could do a -2 and then hope that that's enough to catch. Let's see. Do I have a way that I could catch this? If I did a... No, I don't, because I need the green die to be a 5. Although I guess I could re-roll it. All right, let me re-roll the green die first before I move anything else. Oh, and I got a 6. All right, so I still can't get it. Although I could re-roll now, I suppose, and go back down here and then try again, recast. So I have a total of 15. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to recast, and I'm going to recast near. So I just have to roll less than 15. And I did. Let's see. Oh, and actually, now I have a hit. So, all right. Well, let's see what we got. Oh, no. Oh, bummer. I needed a green 6, and I do not have a way to do that. Something that I did not realize until I heard Keith telling somebody, and then I reread the rules just to make sure that that this is correct. So after you've revealed it, you can still decide to recast. Because in this case, we would not be able to catch it, so we would get a strike, which would actually end our round. And yeah, right here it says it's possible you can reach step 7 and opt not to try to catch the fish in the rolled or modified location die position. So you can always opt to forego the fish and try a new cast instead. So that is what I'm going to do. I have a total of 13. So I guess oh boy, I might as well try to go up there. So well, you know what? No, I'll recast near. So I got to roll under 13. Oh, and I did. All right. Oh, look at that. And then I caught him. Mid number 5, and I got a green 6 and a hit. Well, there we go. I got the big mama, a 15 pounder. So that will bring us up to 44 pounds. And maybe that is going to be the play of the night. As our opponent is down to their last strike, let's see what they get here. They get a total of 8 with a lead die of 4, which means they get a nibble. They are near at number 4. It is a large fish, 11 through 32, and they do not catch it. That's their 3rd strike, and we are going to sweep the average Joe here, and we put a shellacking on him. 44 to 8 pounds. There we go. As Bob joins us. Bob had trouble finding the lake. Sorry, Bob. And this is in your neck of the woods, too. You should have been able to find us here at the second lake. Glad you could tune in. All right, so there you go, guys. This is real-time pro fishing game coming out from Play Now, and the release date, July 10th. It is now up on the site. There's a link down in the show notes. You can put your email address on the page to get notified the second that the game goes live. Um, and yeah, really, really fun. Really happy to have this in my collection. And I will definitely be doing some more shows with this game. And this is I know that I've been absent. Thank you to everybody for giving me grace. I have not been able to get as much shows on the channel as I would like. My family and I are actually heading out on vacation over the 4th of July weekend. So most likely I will not get another show on until the following Friday here. So July 11th will be the next time that I'll be getting a show on. Or potentially getting a show on. But I will definitely be back the following week. We will have some baseball action with On Deck Baseball. We'll be heading back to 1961. We'll have some Yankees Red Sox. And then I'll be getting my Hitchmaker Baseball Co-op League games back on the channel. I do have some back games that I need to catch up on. I had too much fun at the convention and didn't get any of the games that I thought I was going to get to play head-to-head. So after this next week coming up, I should be getting back on a semi-regular schedule. So, but thank you everybody who tuned in tonight. Thank you for all my supporters and members over the years. It really means a lot, and we'll try to be getting some more content out to you guys. So, oh well, stop it, Bob. You're embarrassing me now. But thank you. All right, so that is all for tonight, guys. Hope everyone has a fantastic evening. And until next time, my name's Steve. Get out there, have fun, play games, and I'll see you after further review. Have a good night, everybody.